Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 17th session. Let us all welcome our Project Cost Control Manager as of to date, Ms. Aristya Mauliza from SDI Doha. And today, she will talk about how other culture experiences can change your perspective.
Today I'm going to cover the overview of culture, why experience other cultures, how it changed my perspective, and different ways to experience other cultures. So, what is culture? Culture is social behavior and norms found in human societies, as well as the knowledge, beliefs, and habits of the individuals. It is also learned, shared, pattern, adaptive, and symbolic. Culture is basically our mental programming that tells us what is good behavior and what is not good, what we should do or what we should not do, what is welcome and what is not welcome. And it is usually passed from one generation to another. Um, as you all know that we live in Qatar, you notice that there are just so many people coming from different countries. There are just so many different nationalities and backgrounds. But what makes Qatar different from my country, for example? I mean, in here we have different tradition, we have events, cultural celebrations, historical and outdoor places like maybe souk, waqif, corniche, sea line, and all of these things define the country. Um, I mean, you could say that culture is all the things that makes a place meaningful and interesting. It is valuable because it can promote the identity of a place. There are just so many things that you see in here and you might not find it in your country as well. And this is the culture that we have in here. Why experience other culture? We get the opportunity to expose ourselves to new beliefs and perspectives on areas of shared interest. It's really great if you actually want to understand other people's culture, since we are all living in a place where it is so diverse. I mean, we have so many people around here that is coming from different places. I know that sometimes it's very, very hard for you to get to know people coming from different country or people who are just different from you. But trying to understand and embrace cultural differences can really give you different experiences and also possibilities. And it can get a better perspective on life. Learning about other cultures really expands your view on everything. It's either coming from music, from food, from art, politics, and also religions. You absorb new information and perspectives from people of different backgrounds and experiences, and your personality actually grows, and you actually start to appreciate and respect different ways of living. You actually learn how to appreciate people in different view of life. And it improves your ability to interact with others. How, for example, if you communicate with someone from different countries, you know like what kind of things that interest them or maybe the things that might offend them. And all of these things, it's really useful for you and you have the higher chance of building good relationship with other people. And also like for example at work, like maybe there are things that maybe it might offend someone else, so I'm not gonna say it, like I'm just gonna, oh okay, like, but there are things that might maybe, oh it's good for them to know, so I explain it to them, or maybe I share this information to them. It builds confidence in the way that when you know a new knowledge, like when you know something new, you feel confident. And maybe there are things that like maybe Jasper is telling me something about Philippines, like what do they have there? They have mountains, they have beach. So when I go to someone else, I will tell them like, hey, I have this friend from work. His name is Jasper. He told me all of these things about Philippines. Like maybe we should go there. We should visit this country. It builds confidence because you know this information from someone who is actually coming from there. And it builds confidence in the way that like, it's something new for you. It's new information for you. It's something for you to absorb. Enhance creativity in the way that, For example, if you go to Europe, there are just so many buildings that are different architectures, different colors of building, different shapes of building. When you go to Paris, when you visit all of these museums, there are just so many paintings that you see that maybe you cannot see it in any other museums. For example, maybe you don't do art, maybe you don't paint, you don't know anything about art, but this knowledge, this creativity, it can be useful in the way that if you want to decorate a house or your bedroom, for example, or maybe you want to build a house with different shape or different colors. Maybe there are houses that you want to maybe, oh, I want to put plants in here because I've seen it in Morocco. I want to do this kind of garden because I went to Spain and it looks really nice. And also you gain new skills by, for example, if you travel, like there are just so many things that you learn. You become to, like, it's your personality. You know how to connect with others. And all of these skills, you can use it in your, like, at work, for example. It helps you to connect with others and you know how to do, like, to solve a problem easily and everything. And for sure, it expands your circle of friends all around the world. How it changed my perspective. In my own experience, I know maybe some of you already know that I have lived in 4 different countries, including Qatar. I was born in Indonesia. I grew up in Qatar. I went to Malaysia and Australia for university. All of these places are basically, I mean, 2 of the places, like Malaysia and Australia, I live by my own. I know that sometimes it's just so hard for you to be away from home, out of your comfort zone, but it challenged you, you know. In all of these countries, I had to make an effort to observe how people behave and communicated and adapt my own behaviors in the way to communicate to these people so that they will feel comfortable being around me. So I have to be like, oh, like, let me be nice to these people. Let me ask them what is their culture. So maybe it's easier for me to talk to them. So they're not gonna be like, who is this girl? Where is she coming from? Things like that. So I have to adapt myself in a way that they could understand me better. And since, like, for example, when you go to another country, you meet different people, for sure you know how to talk to them already. And then what I learned about traveling, it's also like, if you approach travel looking at for the foreign, then foreign is all you get. But if you look at travel to connect with people and to find the similarities instead of the differences, then it can really build the connection and it can build, like, understanding. So you become more accepting, more understanding, and you respect someone else's point of view. You actually listen to them. Oh, like, maybe I'm not always right and it's not all about me. I have to listen to people because this is their point of view. This is the way they think. And when you arrive to a new places, everything requires attention. And you are forced to make quick decision whether or not going to an empty road, or maybe take a bus without knowing the direction, or maybe walking without Google Map. You just have to walk and find it yourself. And all of these things, you have to navigate to the unfamiliar things. Like, it forces you to make decisions very quick and to trust them with your instinct. And all of these skills really, like, it can really be so useful for you, like, in your daily life. I know that sometimes in reality, we cannot accept a minor differences of people liking different songs, playing different sports, eating different food, or maybe living in different places, because all of these things are foreign and it's not the same as my culture. But getting to know people from different cultures really eliminates the foreign, because it shows how similar we are with the same passion, but we just put them in different ways. We just maybe show them in different ways. Even maybe in the working skills, maybe the way I work is different from the way Omar works. The way I work is different from the way Liban works, because we are coming from different places. But all of this stuff, maybe you can learn from it because you actually want to learn. It actually depends on you if you really want to get to know someone else, like the way they think. But I really suggest you to actually listen to people from different countries. There are just so many ways for you to experience other cultures. You don't really have to travel. You don't really have to study abroad. There are just so many things that you can do, even here in Qatar. You don't have to go anywhere if you cannot go. But of course, I recommend you to travel if you have the chance, because you see different things, new things. Talk to people, talk to your colleagues from different nationalities, because all of these things, it helps you. It really helps you to understand their point of view. It helps you to know different things, different knowledge that you don't know. Attend cultural events. For example, there are maybe weddings of your friends. Go to all of these weddings, because maybe you haven't experienced it and you don't know if you don't actually search in Google or YouTube. And SDI, we are organizing events. There are just so many events that we are organizing, for example, like Garangao or maybe Qatar National Day. If you get a chance, if you are free on that day, go to these events, because when you go there, you see something that maybe you haven't seen before. Maybe in Qatari culture or traditions, there are just new things for you. Like you will see like any shape of like, what do you call it? Like items that is like in gold, like there are just maybe shisha everywhere. You can see like, go to 𝗢𝘂𝗿 𝗩𝗶𝘀𝗶cie. There are just so many things to see. People dancing, maybe singing, or maybe give a speech in different language even, like read a book and learn another language. It's really useful for you to experience other cultures. Follow social media of people from or organizations that represent other cultures. In Instagram, there are just so many accounts that you can follow, like food bloggers or maybe travel destinations. All of these things, it shows you beautiful places. It shows you different food, maybe like very good, like amazing food, or maybe something new like codes or something, because people, they have their own perspective on everything. So you have to keep on checking all of these things. And visit museums or cultural centers, exhibitions. It's really useful for you to go to all of these things. I believe that most of you already seen this, but I just want to play this video that shows how culture transforms a company into a team. Let me know if you can hear it, okay? we already have so many people in this company, more than maybe 20 nationalities that we have in Dallah. Get to know them, talk to them, ask them, and communicate with them in the way that like get to know different answers, things that you don't even know. And I just would like to end this presentation by saying, always challenge yourself to see the world in the perspective of others. Challenge yourself to be more aware of your own biases, of your own expectations, in the way you perceive other people's behavior. Always surround yourself of diverse perspectives who can disagree with you. Thank you, everyone.